This Poe, your boy from Cleveland. I'm here in the gym of Miguel Silky Smooth Gonzales. This guy right here is who gave Crawford his last loss before he went on that run to 42-0. What's up,
Yes,
Miguel?
man, I can't complain,
Good.
man. Good seeing you,
Hey,
brother.
you too,
Good
man.
catching up for sure.
Yeah.
Already.
So, what first drew you into boxing, and what was the local boxing scene like where you grew up?
Um, I was raised with in a big family. I was raised with my grandmother, to be exact, and we was real big on watching wrestling in my household. Um, 3-bedroom house. My mother, the 5 children, my grandma, my grandfather, sometimes my uncles. You know what I mean? My cousins, and this wrestling I was just so in tune with because my grandfather would get all of the pay-per-view wrestling. And at this time, I didn't know who my father was. I just was a kid, you know what I mean, wandering around in the streets, wrestling. We would make the belts, man. We would really make the belts out of cardboard. And after a while, I used to ask my mother, hey, Ma, I want to meet my father. Where's my real dad? And so she went upon herself to, look for my dad. Finally found him through the yellow pages. I guess the number where he was in the yellow pages or something. So she did that. And when I met my father, he was real big in boxing. You know what I mean? As far as like tuned into the sport heavy. That's what he loved. In his childhood, I guess that's what he was involved with. And so out of all his children, he put me in boxing. I had an older brother also that boxed. And out of all his kids, like I say, I'm the one that did it and took off with it. So he introduced me to the sport of boxing. And as I was getting older in my teenage years, I just left the wrestling alone and just strictly boxed. Yeah.
Did your brother have any amateur fights?
My brother had one amateur fight that I can remember.
That's crazy because my my little brother did the same thing. He had one amateur fight. No, he might have had one or two, and then it was over with.
Yeah, man had. Oh, so you had a younger brother boxing?
Yeah, Pedro. I don't
I
know if
do
you ever met him.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
do
got fought
remember.
Fred from Mickey and them Jump.
Fred.
I
I
don't
don't
know if you
remember
remember him.
Fred.
Yeah,
I do
he
remember
had
your
the
brother.
hazel eyes with Mickey now. Fred, I don't know.
Was it a cousin of theirs?
No, he
Because I fought a cousin of
somebody
theirs.
that Mr. Bay started training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So
Interesting.
yeah. So who were your biggest influences or mentors when you started fighting?
As when I started boxing as at a 10-year-old, 9,
Yeah.
10-year-old kid.
Who influenced you? Who you wanted to be like? And who was your mentor?
Okay. Good question. Check this out. When I got into boxing, in the sport myself and started watching professional boxing, the guy who caught my eye, and I watched all kind of boxing, Tito's, De La Hoya's, you know what I mean. My favorite fighter out of all of them was Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker.
Pernell Whitaker.
And I just, you say what?
No, he very underrated. People don't hardly talk about Pernell.
Okay, and I watched that guy, and the way he made 12 rounds of boxing look so easy to me. The style of boxing, hit and not get hit, I was just amused with it. So I took off, and I would like to say him as well as, Muhammad Ali and stuff like that, Duran's,
Right.
Salvador Sanchez was another big guy.
Salvador Sanchez.
Yeah. Just to name a few, but that Pernell Whitaker is who I thought highly of. And
that I think about it, when I think about you, boss, you were smooth like Pernell that way.
Yeah, I appreciate
you make
it.
a motherfucker miss like that.
For sure. Yeah, that was him. That was Pernell. Yep. In fact, let me also state this: my very first professional fight. I don't know if you know, but I had the honor of having Sweet Pea and Duva in my corner.
Wow.
in Virginia. And Sweepy caught my hands and everything. And he loved me, bro. Yeah, walked me to the ring, talked to me. Yeah, it was, and there goes a reason why I left the trials. I'm sorry, not the trials, but I left the Olympic camp going to Beijing. I took a flight to Cleveland and did that.
You did that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice to know. I never knew that.
Yeah.
And that's inspiring. Looking back, what do you consider your proudest moments in your boxing career?
Amateur pro.
Amateur.
My proudest moment. Stopping my guy in the finals of the U.S. Men's Championship to become the lightweight champion in 2008. That was awesome.
That was a national title.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got numerous national titles.
Yeah.
I beat I beat I beat I beat I beat 5 champions, world champions,
World
5
champion.
guys that went on to
Win
become
the
world
world champion.
champions.
Who is that?
To name a few of them, I beat Victor Ortiz.
I know that. Yeah.
I almost stopped Victor Ortiz. 2 8 counts. Yeah, 2 8 counts. All I needed was one more.
Yeah, it was over with.
Yeah, that was in the plain dealer as well. That was in the plain dealer. Who else? I beat that was a world champion, fought Floyd for millions. I beat Terrence Crawford, Terrence Bud Crawford. That's another world champion, best pound for pound in the world today.
Right.
I dogged Crawford a few times.
You gave him
No,
8
I
counts?
dogged Crawford. I ain't give him no 8 counts
But
now.
you dogged him?
Yeah, I felt like another fellow boxer friend of mine, Julius LeGrand here from the city. He always told me, bro, I think you just got Crawford number.
Right.
And it's inside stories of that. We'll get to that at a later time. So anyhow, I beat Abner Mares, another world champion. He became world champion, I think, with Golden Boy, top rank, one of them guys, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I beat Diego Madenlino. I guess he was with a top rank or Golden Boy as well. So just to name a few.
You got some bodies under your belt.
Yeah, for sure. Another good guy, Danny Williams. He won a belt. I'm not sure what belt it was. He won a belt. That was a good win for me as well. He was a nice fighter out of St. Louis. So back to your question, my biggest accomplishment, I think, I was the number 1 in the top 8 in the Olympic trials. I only lost to one man. I don't think I could have beaten him on my best day, his worst day, meaning they was just not letting nobody beat this guy.
Who was that?
Saddam Ali.
I remember that name too.
Saddam Ali. They was just
he
like,
favorite or something?
I believe so. And you can ask, I just seen the interview with Bud Crawford not that long ago. I think he said it on Sean Porter podcast I was on as well. He says he felt the same way, that he was their favorite. And that's real for the young ones out there. We can't never defeat the politics of a sport, in this sense. Boxing, man, they got their favorites, and that's real. That is real.
That's
So
what it is. Yeah.
you gotta the kids gotta understand and move accordingly. So
Okay. You ready for this next one?
let's go. I'm ready for it all.
Can you take us back to the night you fought Terrence Bud Crawford? What do you remember most about that fight?
Okay. In the Olympic trials, I went to the Olympic trials with all the confidence in the world. Like I say, ranked number 1. I just came off of winning the U.S. Men's National Championship, so I was confident. When Bud came in the ring, I was just so excited to be in the ring with this guy, and I wanted to take care of business from where I left off. I had all of Cincinnati, all of Cleveland, all of Ohio, period.
Right.
Was on ass. You know what I mean? We hey, we was in that we was in it together. It felt like they was just cheering me on, and they knew that I was going in this guy, man. They knew I was gonna beat this guy. We in the ring. I remember Bud Crawford. He kind of like took his height away. He took his height away. He thought like he bring himself to like my size, height wise. Bud was always bigger than me. He was walking around at that time like 158. We fighting 132.
Right.
You know what I mean? He would break weight. Him and Saddam was bigger ones in the weight class. Anyhow, I knew he was the bigger guy. He for him to even take the height away and try to bang with me, it was like, nah, this ain't happening, kid. So I remember the switching, not so much because I don't let that bother me when a guy in the ring switching. You know what I mean? And he's known for switching.
Yeah.
But what
arsenals.
Excuse me?
That's one of his arsenals.
Yes, it is. And what I know was I wanted to punch with Crawford. To me, it was easy to get Crawford out his hookup for me. You know, I was more aggressive. And I just and I can box and bang. And this particular guy, Crawford, it was like I was countering him and throwing punches with him, but countering him as being shorter and quick and inside, banging the body, you know. And like I say, he got a little shorter. He took his height away and tried to get to my size and fight my fight. And I had a field day with his ass, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I did. You know what I mean? BTA, you know what I'm saying? Belt the ass. That's what I did to him for sure.
Going into the fight, did you already see the potential for him to become who he is today?
Going into that fight, hell no. Nah. Let me tell you, Crawford, I beat Crawford. I think, to me, the score showed 20, close to 30 points to like 13 my way.
Yeah, unanimously.
You know, Crawford keep taking his hat off and talking like he beat me and this and that. He beat me in the U.S. championships the year before, 25-24. You can check the record. You see what I'm saying? And that fight there, they took a point from me for beating his ass so bad. You know what I mean? They took a point from me for pushing, to be exact. Like, I was so aggressive with him. And that's what I want to do with Bud Crawford. So I had the fans rooting for me and understood that they robbed me that fight. So what I did was come back in the trials and blew his ass out. You know what I mean? I just blew his ass out.
Right.
But the record shows. The record shows. So when people do their false narrative about what's going on and with Bud Crawford or what happened in the amateurs or however they talk about whatever they talk about, I bust Crawford ass numerous times. I just want to set the record straight. And you can check that score on Google. And I just got hip to it not that long ago. I knew it. I always had it in my mind. Because they, you know, in the trials, they'll come to you with the score in the corner.
Right.
And I was blowing them out. And then after the fight, I knew I was blowing them out. And then we go to Colorado. I'm the Olympic alternate losing to Saddam. I started whooping Saddam in camp. We would get 2 rounds. I would box the 25-pounder, the 32-pounder, and the 41-pounder. Javier Molina and Danny, some guy from Massachusetts, I believe. Then I had the 25-pounders and the 32-pounders. We would do the 2 rounds each. I would go up a weight and down a weight, do the 2 rounds with each of them. We would leave out the ring and we could watch the sparring in the big screen.
Right.
It was a delay. By the time we get out the ring, we could watch ourselves. Man, I'm like, point. Yeah, what's going on? I'm showing them. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's another reason why they probably felt however they felt. But to your question, I didn't think he was doing that. I didn't think he was going that far, God bless him, though.
For sure. What was your game plan against Crawford, and how did you manage to pull off the win?
Dog walking him, fighting him, punching with him, getting him out his hookup. That was the whole. That was my game plan that I put in my mind myself. That's what that was. I went in the ring and felt that's what needed to be done, and that's what was done on my behalf. Yeah, for sure. Fight him, take him out his hookup, bang with him, push him all around the ring, but break that body down.
Did you notice anything in his style back then that made you think this guy is different?
No,
Not at all.
no.
When you watch Crawford fight today, what stands out to you compared to the fighter you faced in 2007?
With Crawford, what do I think about Crawford now than back then?
Yeah, what
Um,
when you watch Crawford fight today,
uh-huh.
what stands out to you compared to the fighter you fought in 2007?
Okay. I think I fought Crawford 7 and 8. I think Crawford from the Canelo fight, his last fight, he was a hell of a boxer. I think he relaxed more. Um, he showed tremendous boxing ring generalship that night. I mean, I'm not surprised at anything he did. I just thought highly of him, and I think he learned as far as not making the same mistakes he was at that time, which was trying to always bang with a guy.
He be
You
more
know,
of a boxer now,
yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
Try to be like Floyd a little bit.
yep. I
Yeah,
think he probably is for sure influenced by Floyd's
Floyd, yeah.
career, and took off with what he
Mhm.
what he can benefit from for sure.
Do you ever feel pride knowing you're the last man to beat him, even if it was in the amateurs?
In a sense to where they constantly talking about me. Look at me now. I'm here having a interview. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let them keep winning and let me keep getting these interviews. You feel me? Shit. Other than that, that's another. Like I say, I beat numerous world champions,
Yeah.
and I think I'm prideful and I'm confident in who I am, what I bring to the ring. Um, in every aspect, in every form of boxing, a boxer, coach, trainer, you know what I mean? The mindset that I have and I take it serious. This is my life for sure. So I take my hat off and I hold pride for all guys I beat, and everything I've done. So
For sure.
it definitely built character and confidence and I'm prideful on that for sure.
If you and Crawford fought again today, hypothetically, what would you do differently?
Nothing. Everything I did got me to win and have victories over that man. I feel it would be the same.
Same ball game.
Same ball game. I just got more rounds to do it in. And I would try to take him in the deep waters. And yeah. And at the end of the fight, have my hand raised again, whether it's knockout or decision for sure. So I would keep everything the same. I would keep everything the same.
After that Olympic trials, what direction did your own boxing journey take?
I stayed in the Olympic camp, being the alternate, and I think I was smoking them guys. At that time, they had uh, the least experienced man on the team, Deontay Wilder, be our captain.
Well, I didn't even know Deontay Wilder was on your team. You've
Yes,
been there.
sir.
Yeah, you've been around.
Yes, yes. Keith
Yeah.
Thurman, all them guys. So check this out. Rashid Warren was 3-time Olympian. At that time, I believe he was 2-time Olympian. Anyhow, they had the least experienced guy on the squad. He had about probably 13, 15 fights. made the Olympic team. I was watching how the program was being ran. I was one of the older guys on the team. It being my second term, '04 and '08. '04 with Andre Ward, '08 with, like I said, Deontay Wilder. I was watching how the program was being ran. I was smoking these dudes every 2 rounds. Guys in Cleveland, I was smoking too, as far as that was out there. They know who they are, nose leaking and all that. 2 rounds, it only taking 2 rounds. Um, Saddam Ali on his ass, and not liking how the program was being ran. I kind of felt at that time, you know what, Paul? Like I felt, I ain't know what direction I was gonna take, but I kind of felt like I ain't want to be around them guys.
Right.
I ain't like how the program was being ran. The coaches was how they were dictating things, and it was an incident. Not to bring it up, but it was some women around, and coaches thought I had something to do with bringing these women on campus, and I had nothing to do with any of it. Come to find out, 2 guys got taken out of the camp, kicked out of the camp. They thanked me for it not being me. Oh, I thought you had these girls, and I just felt the way they were operating there. I said, you know what, man, it's time for me to get up out of here. So we all got our luggage and our package to go to Beijing, China. We got big American flags, can openers, certain canned goods, whatever we needed for China. I grabbed this luggage, it's mine. I take this luggage, we go to the airport, and I said, and I've been talking about it for probably that last week, because I remember certain coaches, which, the good ones, they was trying to talk me into not going back home and to take the trip to Beijing. I went to the airport, Paul, and I got up out of there, man. I said, Dad, I'm coming home, bro. I'm coming home. I just decided to go home, turn professional. And I told my dad, he said, go for the experience. What I was disappointed in, if I go for he wanted me to go for the experience and stuff, right? At the time, I'm young. I ain't really think like that. I say, Pops, I could come home, turn professional, be a world champion, get some money, and we can go to China together for the experience. If you want to see an Olympics, well, then we'll go to an Olympic event, wherever it's at. At that time, let me go and do professional shit. Anyhow, when I left, he wanted me to go for the experience, but I couldn't compete. You see what I'm saying? So if something happens to the number one man, Saddam Ali, in my weight class, can I compete? Is the question. At the time, I'm thinking, if you don't fight, the second man fight. Right. That ain't how it was. If you didn't fight, ain't no other man fighting. So I'm like, why would I even go down there to be a sparring partner?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, if God forbid something happened to the number one man, can the number two slide in and take over?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, I believe.
That's what I always thought too. And maybe it was in like 04 and 2000s and 96. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. This particular one, nah, it was weird. I'm like, man, I'm not going. And then the money wasn't right.
Right.
The stipend they was giving us, they weren't right. I'm like, I just was disagreeing with all of it. I had to leave that, and I did.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you feel the boxing world gave you enough recognition for being part of Crawford's history?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But we good. Yeah, we good.
What lessons from boxing have carried over into your life outside the ring?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
What lessons from boxing have carried over into your life outside the ring?
Oh, a lot. Discipline, ambition, desire, hunger. A lot, bro. I love what I gathered and what I got from boxing. Like I say, I feel it made me a better man, So traveling, all the traveling I done, all the competitions I competed in, all the, the friends, man, we made along the way, all the exciting fights I seen in my journey, my fellow boxing teammates, and to see how we made the city at one point so hyped to have, we had probably five, maybe more at one time in the Olympic trials, like straight from our city. You know what I mean? It was just, man, I had great times, bro. And still to this day, I'm passing on to the youth, and I love it even more.
That's what's up, yeah. If you could send a message directly to Terrence Crawford today, what would you say?
Um, with all due respect, you know what I mean? I feel like, I would salute him in his career. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? I would salute him, and I would just remind him that I have your number, and keep saying my name. You need to keep saying my name because and talk facts. Me seeing that last interview, it was like, nah, he full of shit. When you can Google it, you know what I'm saying? So don't talk about you thought you won and or whatever you thinking about, cause that's bullshit. So I would like to have a conversation with him live on air and put facts out there. You know what I mean? I would like that conversation with him.
One-on-one, face to
I would
face.
love that conversation with him. I see him a lot of around places with rink-a-dink fighters. Like the clowns. Even it's a clown over here. PJ Herman. What's this? PJ Herman. Some dude clown fighter that was around talking to him, and I'm like, why don't you bring up the facts? You know what I mean? Don't just throw my name out there and let Bud Crawford narrate how he feel. You know what I mean? Let's talk facts. So I would like that conversation with him. But again, what he's by no means would I hate on that man. You know what I mean? By no means. I want that man to be as successful as he can possibly get, and I would salute him and I cheer for him. I definitely cheer for that man. It was a time where we was it was a camcorder. We had a camcorder, and I had the tape, and Rashid Warren was on there, Lil Mark. You know what I mean? They knew. They told him in the tape, yeah, Miguel Smoothe about to pop that ass tomorrow. You know what I mean? They was on his ass. Oh no, he know what's up. He talking it, and we getting into it. It's all friendly. Right. But I'm still on that time though. Like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like facts need to be straight. So I would definitely love a conversation with him.
What advice would you give to young fighters chasing the Olympic dream now?
Stay focused, man. Stay ahead of the game. Stay focused. Stay sharp. Stay ready. And just learn through it all, man. Have an open mind to everything. Learn through all your experiences. You know what I mean? And I would say go for it. Why not? I would say go for it. See what this world has to offer, man. If you can do it, so be it. And for my fighters, I'm rooting for them and I'm riding with them. And if it's not that's not the road for us, we'll turn pro, take another road. It's not the end of it. So if the timing right and you can participate, I don't even know if the Olympics still happens, with boxing. Maybe they're gonna start again, but I would say go for it. I would say go for it for sure. I would definitely say go for it.
Do you think your fight with Crawford shaped his career in any way?
Now he had to. He was probably disappointed with those 2 ass whoopings in the trial and turned professional, and he had to go about his business, and he did what he did with his coaching team and his staff, and went as far as they went and are going. And so, you know, he did what he had to do to be successful. So I don't know if I had anything. Nah, I wouldn't say I had anything to do with that. I had something to do with that last loss he got though.
Yeah. So for the record, what's your record? Your professional record?
My professional record: 25 wins, 4 loss. You asked me, I don't think I ever lost. 16 KOs, 16 knockouts. As a professional, I beat a world champion. He just ain't had a belt when I beat him, Miguel Acosta. He lost the belt to another guy we grew up boxing with, Brandon Rios. You know, so that was a great accomplishment of mine, beating someone who did what I was always striving to become and be. That's a world champion. And so I think as that being an accomplishment as the pros, that's one of my top ones. My record, I would take not on my own decision. It was my management team. We would take fights with a Don King fighter on a Don King show. Don King judges with the Don King waving a Cuban flag on a 3-day notice. I get a call Wednesday, then I got to cut weight, fly out Thursday, fight Friday, Saturday in Vegas, 3-hour time difference, different altitude. I mean, the chips were stacked against me, and I ain't never signed the contract till I got out there. They did some fugazi shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So these are my losses, you know what I mean? So and fighting wise, I don't think I lost. They would give it to him 4 rounds to 2 on a 6th round decision fight. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I think it should have been the other way. This guy started running his rib. I think I broke his rib the 3rd round. I heard him, and then he's running, and I'm telling him, put my what's up, come in the middle of the ring. And Ray Austin and Romeo out of Cleveland, Ohio was there, and they gave me big salutes. They thought I won the fight. Mike Tyson commentated the fight in my corner. He told me, he don't know why they did that to a Cleveland fighter. He told me I won. So those my experiences, man. Not having the right team back you up, I believe, has a lot to do with that. So kids, you know, get with the right team. I seen Al Heyman make mediocre fighters making millions and making them become champion. You know what I mean? Why I wasn't with Al Heyman, who knows? I don't know. And he from the city. But I tried my ass off to get with Al Heyman. I seen a lot in this sport and gathered all my information, and it made me who I am today. So it's like a kind of gift and a curse, you know what I mean? But I had fun with it, and I ain't gonna stop. I'm still in it, you know what I mean? Still doing my thing. I get in the ring, right here in the ring with these young boys, you know what I mean? I still do my thing, but my professional career, I had a great amateur career, and I don't think I had the right opportunities, you know.
How many time national champion?
I got about 10 of those. You know, I won the national PAL, you know, U.S. men's Eastern trials, you know what I mean, silver gloves numerous times. Yeah, I definitely got some national championships, yeah, so, for sure.
Ambition build champions. Y'all heard it from the man himself. This is Miguel Silky Smoothe Gonzales.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the interview, man.
You got it.